You're tuned to the Uncle Scugger Radio Network. You're tuned to the Uncle Scugger Radio Network.
Hey, top of the lip.
Yeah, you just put that on the floor. Hey, how you doing, brother?
Good
We are
morning.
live. It is what is the date today? It's October 29th. It's hump day.
Happy Hump Day.
Happy hump day.
For all you camels out there,
Yeah.
shout out.
One hump or two.
Shout out to all you camels.
Hope everybody's doing good. Thanks for joining us today on Practical Nonsense with Buddy Bob and Jimbo. We are your, what are we? We're your cure for all things nonsense.
Cure for your melancholy.
Yeah.
If you're a little bit down, you need some nonsense. Absolutely.
I enjoyed melon. Collie, on the other hand, I'm not quite sure if I enjoyed it.
Collie, melon. Yeah, one's a dog and one's a fruit.
Right? A melon collie. You could have a melon that is like in the shape of a dog.
Or you could have a collie melon that's the color of a collie.
Right.
But
Cantaloupe is kind of like
they have
that
tiger
in
melons.
a way. Have you seen, speaking of melons, Mrs. Producer and I went to the local apple orchard, and they have, apparently they're growing like melons and pumpkins and stuff in boxes.
Oh,
So
yeah.
they're like square.
I've seen that on the Food Network.
And we saw some there where they have, it's like the negative of a face, so that as it grows, it fills in the space of
Oh,
the face.
that's cool.
And it has a face on it. It's a pumpkin with a face on it. You haven't seen those?
Yeah, I've seen them on Food Network, but I haven't
Yeah.
seen them live.
So at Max, which is, Max, it's
Yeah.
our local apple orchard, and pick your own, and they sell gourds and, typical. If you're from around New England or anything north of Pennsylvania.
I mean, that's pretty much where you have to go for gourds around here. We don't have a gourd warehouse.
No, no, I haven't seen one.
Come on down to Fred and Edna's Gourd Emporium.
Gourd Emporium. We got zebra gourds. We got orange gourds, green gourds. We got long neck gourds, clam neck gourds,
Gordians.
gooey duck gourds.
Gooey duck gourds.
Right? There you go. That sounds like the name of a band.
I see that on Food Network, gooey duck. I imagine putting one of them on the grill, but it's like all neck.
Yeah, it's not the same.
Imagine frying one of those. The world's biggest fried clam.
Huge. Yeah, but is there even a belly on it, like a steamed clam?
I don't know. I mean, I imagine so. There's something in the shell.
They're almost they're disgusting looking.
I don't think I would like it because.
But they're almost like X-rated looking.
I don't think I would like it because I love steamed clams, but like if you get a big bunch of steamed clams, you're going to get a couple of those big ones in there.
Mm.
And those big ones tend to be a little bit chewier and not as sweet, and
Right.
I prefer the little ones.
Yeah, I like.
Harder to come by lately. The last couple of years, we've been struggling to get good, good bunch of steamed clams.
We got a couple of weeks ago. We kind of splurged and treated ourselves. We got a couple lobsters and a couple pounds of steamers, and they were good. They were good. You're right, though. I don't know if they're overfishing or if it's the environment, maybe the weather.
There was this regulation thing because somebody saw a right whale a couple of years ago, and then they changed where they could fish. But then they decided it didn't matter if somebody saw a right whale or not.
Right.
So I don't know how that all works. I think that's a lot of bureaucratic stuff when it comes to that.
It could be. There's some money involved,
Right?
And people with their hands out.
That's what it seems like to me. It seems to be arbitrary sometimes.
You conspiracy person, Buddy Bob. I want to give a quick shout out to Denise from Bone Tire Travelers. She checked in real quick before she got off. She's on a cruise ship right now. I think she's on the Carnival Elation.
Ooh.
And she just got off in Freeport in the Bahamas. So they're going to try to get all their stuff in before it hits the hurricane hits. But,
that's right.
Hey, Denise. And Shirley from Squirrel World, all the way from St. John's, Newfoundland. She's with us here this morning. And Jan from JJ Adventures is here as well. So just want to give a shout out to those folks. Oh, Vicky is here too from Foodie Vacations. This would be a foodies raid, wouldn't it, Vicky? Because you just finished your show, right? You go on at 10 o'clock Eastern, I believe. But there you go. Quick shout out. And they're discussing gooey duck clams in the chat.
Now, if you could go somewhere on a food cruise or a food crawl or whatever, where would you go?
Other
Just
than
in food.
here,
Yeah. What country would you go to just to eat?
that's a good question. I don't know. Probably either France or Italy, maybe. How about you? I don't know. I never
I
really
was
thought about
thinking
it.
Spain or Italy,
Spain would be a good one.
but definitely Italy.
Well, and we could go to the Mediterranean, and we could go to Spain,
Right.
France, Spain, and Italy, or they're all right there.
What, Greece? Who wouldn't want to go to Greece and eat?
Are you kidding me? I would love to go to Greece.
But I think because I know a lot of people that have been to Italy, and they're like, if you like Italian food, you need to go to Italy and eat Italian food.
Real.
That's almost what everybody tells
Right.
me, like to a man. So I have to take them for their word and believe that that's the case.
Other than in France, other than like all the weird stuff that they cook, tongues and
Yeah.
bungholes and all that stuff. I think the food there would be good, especially
If you put it in
They're,
like a steak and cheese type of a thing, bunghole
Hide
and
it.
cheese,
bunghole.
bunghole and cheese with onions and peppers. I think I'd try it anyway.
I suppose. I mean, we eat the fake calamari. You know what they make those out of, right?
Is that made out of steak? No.
No, you're thinking of scallops.
Steak.
So when you get the rings, it's not always the case. But when you get calamari, sometimes the rings are pig's anus or pig's hiney hole.
It tastes just like calamari?
I guess
They gotta bleach it, right?
It's like rubber. I don't know. Maybe the Hollywood pigs, they get the bleached anuses. I don't know.
Well, it's gotta be cleaned. It's gotta be cleaned.
Yeah. So you and I have probably had pig fanny and never even knew it.
I'm not a huge fan of the calamari,
But you've had it.
but I have had it.
Yeah. So,
Have had
but when you get the little ones with the little tentacles on it, yeah, good stuff. But
my friend Marty used to always go, here, try my calamari. Marty, how many times are I gonna tell you to like it? No. This is good though.
this is good. Well, that's like trying to convince somebody to eat a steamed clam. Or an oyster. Some people just won't
Can't
do
get
it.
past what it looks
No.
like. Even like I've had people like I make pea soup and it's delicious. Well, I think it's delicious. But I've had people go, oh no, look at that. I can't, it looks like throw. I can't eat that. But try it though.
Well, so my friend Kenny, who's my partner channel, Kenny, aka the Ford Man, Kenneth Oaks, he'll try just about anything. There's some things he doesn't like. One of them is avocados, but he's had avocado on a cruise he went on, and I don't remember how he said they served it, and he ate it. He also ate like escargot. Now that's something I've never had. I tried it.
I've had it once.
I've eaten other bugs before.
Years ago. No, it almost tasted like a sardine.
I would think it would have kind of
It was
like a
salty. When I had
seafoody
it,
kind of
they
flavor.
put a lot of breadcrumbs and butter.
Butter, garlic kind of thing.
Yep, butter, garlic, and breadcrumbs.
Escargot.
And they give you this crazy tiny little fork to get it out of the shell with. And it's salty and briny and kind of like a sardine in a way. I mean, I guess it's a little different. When it comes to funk, I have a hard time with that. I try stuff that's funky, but the funk's not. Some people love funk.
Yeah.
We had a friend, Ray, who loved gamey taste. The gamier, like the better for him. He loved that gamey. He loved venison. He had a friend in Vermont that Ray would buy like $100 worth of steaks, drive to Vermont and trade the guy for venison.
Yeah. Venison's good.
And he loved wild boar, and he gave me some one time.
Wild boar.
And I went to eat it, and I was like, "Dude, you can't eat this."
It's pretty.
And he was like, "All right, well, then give it to me. I don't want it to go to waste." And he just loved that. He loved that flavor.
They hunt them here in New Hampshire. They have them in the western side of the state. But did you hear the joke about the two snails, Sam Snail and Steve Snail?
No.
They were friends, and Sam Snail bought a car, and he put a big S, a giant S, on the roof. And Steve Snail said, "Hey Sam, why did you put a big S on your car?" He goes, "So when I go driving through town, people can go, look at that S car go."
Is that a dad joke?
I think the setup is too much for a dad joke. Dad jokes are a little shorter and sweeter. It's a good one though.
There you go. There's the joke of the day. But yeah, all of that. I like all that. The wild. Well, no, I talked about this a couple of weeks ago. Like, I'm not a big bear fan. Bear meat.
No.
I mean, if I was starving, I would surely eat all that. Moose is good. When it's prepared right.
Moose. Yes,
Moose is
I
good.
have had moose that I liked.
Caribou I've had. I have some friends that they go up to northern Quebec and they go hunting up there, and that's caribou country. And
I've had elk.
That's some of the. I've had elk as
My
well.
friend shot an elk, and I had sausage and chops.
Oh, elk chops.
And those are really good. They actually tasted a lot like beef. The chops did.
Yeah.
To be honest, it wasn't very gamey at all.
That's Hunter Jim.
No, that was Marty.
Oh, Marty. Yeah.
He worked for Ruger, and they had this new. I don't remember if it was a rifle. Maybe it was a 30-06.
Mm-hmm.
And so he got to take that and take it out to Montana or somewhere and go on a elk hunting trip. He shot an elk with it, and then when he got back, they let him buy it. But he had to write up a review of it, how it performed and this
Right.
and that, whatever. And then when he was done, they let him buy the gun. But he had that thing mounted. You walk in his door, and there was like a hallway, and then steps to the right, this big hallway, and the shadow.
Yeah, they're big. They're like moose.
The elk
They're
head was
huge.
mounted like high on the wall. When you walked in the door, there was a shadow from it. So it made people walk in the door and look.
Yeah, they're huge. We've seen them when we're out in Colorado. You see them in the wild. And yeah, it's crazy how big they are. It's like coming here to New England and driving up north and seeing the moose. They're big, man. They're like horses, even bigger.
I always thought it would be cool to have a mount, whether it was a big buck or a caribou or something, to have the big mount on the wall, and then on the other side of the wall have the rest of the
Have
animal.
the butt,
the whole rest of
hanging
the
out.
animal. Like hanging out the outside of
You'd
the
have
house.
to have a door though, so you could.
No, just hanging out the outside of the house.
No, but I mean, you need a door so people could actually see. They wouldn't miss the joke.
Yeah.
Hey, have you seen the closet in here? And then you have the whole ass end of the elk in there,
When they drive up to the driveway, they'll see it sticking out of the house.
right?
Hey, what's that sticking out of your house? Come here, I'll show you.
Yeah. Come here a minute. Did you happen to see my rhinoceros? Mounted on the wall?
I called Marty's Duke Elkington.
Duke Elkington. See, there's a dad joke.
Yeah.
That's a dad joke.
Yeah, and a good one.
I never looked at the jokes I tell as dad jokes, even though I'm a dad.
I remember when I was a kid, there was a couple people in my life who always were telling those jokes.
Yeah.
One was my friend Dave down the street, his father, Harold. He had crooked teeth, big giant crooked tooth smile, always had one of those.
Well, he was the first one we heard say something about, do you need a ride to work or you bringing a lunch?
Yeah. Did you drive down or did you walk up?
Right?
But he always had the dad joke before they called him dad joke.
Right.
And then and I had my father had an uncle that was the same way. He'd walk in the door, be telling a joke before he got his coat off. And yeah, I remember
Uncle Joke.
Yeah, Uncle Joke. Actually, his name was Uncle Joe.
Uncle Joe. Uncle Joke. Yeah. Yeah, there you go. Hey, before we go any further, we just want to remind everybody to hit the like button and share out the stream. And if you're here on Team Replay, make sure you hit the like button as well. Tell all your friends. Practical Nonsense. We're practically perfect in every way.
Practically. All the nonsense you need.
Right?
And none of the nonsense. Well, some of the nonsense you don't, but it's all.
And you make up your mind what nonsense you don't want. We'll leave that up to the ear of the beholder.
That's right. You know, it's looking like overcast and gloomy out there today. We haven't got any rain yet.
They said
in the next day or so.
They said a chance of a shower today, but I really doubt it. I mean, we're still in a drought. We've had a little bit of rain, but the lake. Have you seen the lake?
Yeah.
How far down it is? You can walk out
Probably
25, 30
yeah.
feet from where the shoreline used to be.
That's crazy.
Now's the time to go out if you're like a metal detector guy or something.
You know what's been, I don't know about this part of the country, but a lot of different places in the country is magnet fishing.
Magnet fishing, yes.
So this would be a good time, like you said, to do that. Take a boat out there because things are low anyway.
That lake,
I don't know that you'd find much in there.
especially on the, what side would it be? The kind of the west, I mean, the eastern side of the lake, I guess, along 121. That's shallow there. You could walk out to your waist several hundred feet. You could walk right out. And what are you doing, Mrs. Producer?
I was gonna go take care of the dog.
Well, just crawl that way.
Hide your feet crawling?
No, you won't. So the dogs, we have a couple dogs, and one of the dogs is very needy. She's outside the door crying and whining, so calling has gone out to take care of the dogs.
Oh my goodness.
She's our producer, and she didn't want to be seen on camera, but you can just walk by.
It's hard
Nobody
to
cares.
It's hard to produce.
I just didn't want to interrupt the podcast, but she wouldn't stop whining. My goodness.
At some point, we got to get you a mic. I'll have to buy a new board, one that'll take more than 2 mics. I actually have another one. I haven't even taken it out of the box yet, but Buddy Bob and I are working on trying to step up our technology.
That's right. That's right.
Multi cameras and panning and things and
Ultra slow-mo, we're working on that.
right.
Ultra slow mo.
Not just slow mo, but it's ultra
The
slow.
slowest opinion you ever heard.
Right. It's kind of like a pilot. This is your pilot speaking. We're flying 35,000 feet, cruising at about. It's like, can you just get to it, dude? Just get to the point.
Get to the point.
Get to the point, Jackson.
Well, you know, they got to stretch it out a little bit because they really don't know what they're talking about. It looks like 35 degrees out there.
Yeah, I think at 35,000 feet, yeah, it's a lot colder than that.
If they try to distract you with their annoying voice so that you're not annoyed by the seat you're sitting in.
Especially the 500-pound tusk-tooth walrus that's sitting between you and somebody else.
Or somebody becoming unhinged on a flight, you know, needs to be restrained, or they got to turn the plane around to let somebody off because they're an idiot.
We've all
It's
seen
like,
those videos. I've been lucky where I haven't been on a flight yet with anyone like that.
No, me too, but makes me wish we had bullet trains.
I don't understand. Yeah, makes me wish we had bullet trains. I really do. I was talking with my friend from Australia yesterday, and I asked him about trains because in Europe they have trains. You can get on for 25 cents. And
Look at the world map.
you can go everywhere on a train
of
for really
trains.
cheap.
And it's ridiculous. You look at the United States, there's like 3 or 4 lines. Europe is lines everywhere. There's trains. You can get anywhere in Europe on a train.
I
Or
looked at
single trains.
taking a trip from Boston down to Miami on an Amtrak, and it would have cost as much. So you'd have a sleeper car because sitting I don't know how many hours it would take. It's probably quicker to drive because you don't make as many stops, but it was between $3,000 and $5,000
Wow.
to go on the train. Now in Europe, you could travel from England and go to Italy on a train, and it would probably cost you maybe under $200 a day. And so my friend from Australia, I asked him about it. It's the same there as it is here in the U.S. He said they have trains, but it's expensive to drive.
Right. But in other parts of Europe and in Japan, I mean, there's less cars on the road because so many people use the trains.
Right.
Now, I don't know if that's a product of, like, Japan for many decades had big issues with DWIs. I've heard the saying before, everybody in China smokes, everybody in Japan drinks and drives. Last year, I think in 2024, they started, every production car in Japan has a breathalyzer built into it. So
Really?
the car won't start if you're hammered.
Is that true?
That's true.
I wonder how many unhinged people you see on trains in Europe.
On a train?
Yeah,
No,
probably not.
no.
Trains are cool
You got
because
the lounge car.
that's what I'm saying.
You get, and the bullet trains, like the sleeper cars, are cool. They got cool beds to hang out in, and they got like a little.
Some
safe-
of them are nice.
Some of
Now,
them even have like you can make tea and stuff.
I've seen videos. I watch a lot of YouTube videos of other channels that are the same niche as my other channel, the traveling and destination and that. And a lot of the trains are nice, and a good portion of them are not so nice.
Yeah, sure.
And although we watched yesterday, I watched this guy Simon. He's a guy from Wales, and he was in Alaska, and he took, I forget where he went, from somewhere. It was a 12-hour trip from somewhere to Fairbanks, and it was like $260, I think. And there's no sleeper cars or anything on this train, but the seats were really nice and comfortable, he said. I mean, he films the whole thing and does a review. And they have not only do they have like a restaurant car, but they also have like a grab and go car.
Oh yeah.
So you can go in and grab pre-made sandwiches and sodas and snacks and that. And it was interesting and really nice. But $260, that's a plane flight or a cheap
Right.
plane flight somewhere. But you don't see that down in the lower 48.
I'd like to go on a historical train ride, like through the West, and then get robbed by guys on horseback.
Well, you can. There are amusement parks that have trains that stop and then the guys rob you. I think didn't they do that in Dollywood?
Yeah.
Oh, do they?
Yeah.
In Dollywood, they stop the train and the guy
That's cool.
these fake thief cowboy guys get on and they rob.
That's probably where the Wolfman guy from Clark's Trading Post goes in the winter.
Yeah, well, I was going to mention that too. That we have this amusement park that's up north in the mountains here. And I actually brought it up on Monday during the show Monday. Clark's Trading Post. They have train bears and there's rides. They got all kinds of stuff there. But there is a train, a life-size train that you ride around the whole
Steam
perimeter
engine.
of it. And then they took some old pickup truck and made it look like this jalopy. And this
machine gun mounted on
this
it.
guy with a bearskin hat and 3 teeth and a shotgun, he chases you and stops the train and
Parks
chases
across
you.
the tracks.
Yeah, threatens to rob everybody and scares all the little kids.
Wolfman.
The Wolfman, yeah.
It would have been a perfect job for our friend Ray.
Yeah.
Except he would have been calling us. Harry, you think you could be the Wolfman for me today?
The car doesn't start. I get up there.
All right, I'll find my hat.
Yeah. You'd make a good Wolfman with your beard and everything.
Yeah, maybe.
Although I don't know, You'd be a good one, but not a mean, angry one. I mean, that
That's
role's a mean, angry kind of a guy.
Yeah. Yeah, you need to be pretty wild looking though.
You're too nice for that role.
I'm trying to get ready to be Santa Claus again this year.
At the temple?
No, at our family, yeah, at the temple. Santa Claus at the temple. I should go there wearing the Santa Claus outfit, see what happens.
Yeah.
No, they would love me no matter what.
They frown upon that, though.
So my friend Bob,
What's with the red suit?
my friend Bob, who's Jewish, he's a member there. He's a member of the Lions Club. And one year they were looking for Santa Claus and nobody to do it, so he's like, "I'll do it." he's a Jewish Santa
He's
Claus.
a Jewish Santa Claus.
No, I do it for at our family party. There's tons of kids now. All my sister's kids they all got multiple kids. So except for Jake, but Jeffrey's got 2. Jamie's just had his 3rd, and so there's all these little kids there. So the last 2 years, me and Joanne played Santa Claus and Mrs. Claus. She dresses up too. Got her Mrs. Claus outfit,
Oh, that's so cute.
That's awesome.
and it's so too young to notice that we leave the party and then Santa comes and then we come back. But yeah.
Yeah, where did Aunt Joanne and Uncle Bob go? They had to go to the store.
Look, they're going to miss Santa.
Well, I think, our friend Jimmy, I think he used to play Santa.
Yeah.
I know in the parades and that, he would ride on the fire truck as Santa.
Yeah,
And then
he's
my
built for
department,
Santa a little
we
bit
had a
more
guy,
than
if you guys watch Cup of Joe in the intro, at the end, the guy that rings the bell, Billy, he's the Santa Claus at the family Christmas parties. There's people that are built for that.
Oh,
I don't have the disposition. I just don't want all those little booger eaters touching me and sitting on me. And no, that's not for me. With the snots running down their face and blowing bubbles out their nose.
well, a couple of years ago, they were all scared. They were so little. They were all scared except for Gally. She's my buddy. And
You scared all the kids?
yeah, they're all scared. But then they saw her getting a present, and they all like, "Whoa,
Oh, wait, there's
what's going on over there?"
toys involved? Oh, wait a minute.
Well, if he's passing out toys, I guess I'll go back home.
Yeah, I'll muster up some courage.
But
for
they
that.
are all at first. They're like, "Who's that big guy?"
Right.
Big red suit. It's Santa. Oh, all right.
You sure?
You got to be careful playing Santa. You never know who you're going to piss off these days because
Right.
it's an angry world, Henry. I don't know what's going on, but there seems to be a dark cloud over the world right now. A lot of people that come unhinged. Well, you were talking about it on a plane, but it's everywhere.
It
Road
seems like,
rage.
yeah, like you start to feel like hate's winning, and it seems like some people, their identity is their rage, whether it's their political stance. Like, what I mean is that's how they identify first, as this rage,
Right.
instead of saying, hey, my name is so and so, and I'm an artist, or I'm a builder, or I'm a liberal, or I'm a conservative, and I'm this and I'm that, and you better hear me. And it's like, well, wait a second. How come it has to be that way?
Right.
I have to say, I just don't get it.
Well, and there's a lot involved, I think, with that, and you could blame, the social media is a big thing. It's more so than just the social media because it's media in general, I think, is the biggest culprit of it, where you talk about people introducing themselves as, I'm a leftist, or I'm a right winger, or I'm this, or I'm that. I'm alphabet soup, and I'm ZZ Zoe.
I'm a voice, and you're going to hear me.
People are jammed. They're jammed every day with information, constantly getting information. Everybody has one of these things, and it's not just for making phone calls. You take pictures with it and make videos, and you can watch others' videos. You get X and TikTok and YouTube and CNN and Fox News, and people are just being bombarded with information, and whether it's correct or not is
Right.
not the point. And what did you say earlier before we went live? You were talking about how they, these media outlets, they're there for really one purpose, and that's to make money.
So I believe it started back, Ted Turner had the first all 24-hour news station, right?
Yeah.
The only problem was it wasn't 24 hours worth of news. So he had a great cure for that. We're going to bring in somebody and we're going to qualify them as an expert so that they can speak from a position of authority and then people will believe them. But what we're really doing is giving them somebody else's opinion.
Right.
So we're going to bring in this guy who's an ex-5-star general, and he's going to say something. And because we've qualified him as an expert on TV, you're going to believe him.
Right.
Well, I think those things filled in the gaps when there weren't news. And here we are, however many years later, that's all it is one person's opinion after another person's opinion, and they didn't leave any room in between to tell you what the truth is.
Well, and that's it. I mean, they're telling people how to think and how to act. If your opinion is X, then you need to go out and identify yourself to people that your opinion is this, or not to get too political, I'm not choosing sides or anything, but you have people that go on these op-eds like politicians, and they're telling people if you see this person out at a restaurant, you need to go in and get in their face and tell them they're not wanted here.
Right.
What happened to just minding your business and leaving people alone?
And by the way, that person a few days later is going to speak out against authoritarianism and people telling you how to be.
Right. Well, it's not. What's that?
It just contradicts.
It's good for thee, but
not
whatever.
good for me. Not in my backyard.
Right. There's a term, I forget what it is, or a saying about that. The people, the self-righteous people that think they're better than everybody, and it's like, well, you're going to eat macaroni and cheese, but don't worry about that. I have lobster and steak because it's good for you, but
Right.
But it's not good enough for me.
Those are the people that'll say, "I love that so much for you."
Yeah, for you.
That's those people.
And we've met those people.
Lots of them. Lots
The
of
holier than thou crowd. But I think, again, getting back to the angry people and the people that are unglued to the point where they're shooting people,
Right.
and everything in between.
and then celebrating.
A lot of it, most of it is stemming from, or is being fed, let me put it that way, because there are people on this planet that are just angry. They're born angry, they act angry, they're happy being angry. And then there's people like that are a little mentally off
Right.
kilter. And if they're being, if Ted Jennings or whoever on the news is telling them that somebody's bad, or like, and again, a certain president who said that you need to put President Trump in the bullseye.
Right.
Well, what do you think some crazy person thinks he's being told or she's being told? That it's okay for me to go out and shoot somebody?
Geez, next thing you know, somebody's going to be setting up a hunting stand across from his plane.
Yeah. And again, not picking sides or anything. It's that rhetoric is bad, and it's being fed from everything,
And
from Facebook and TikTok and
like you said, the social media is perfect for somebody that has a mental issue and needs to be influenced,
right.
because it's there. All they have to do is find it, and it's easy. This kid that murdered Charlie Kirk, mental illness, mentally unstable.
Clearly, well, yeah.
His girlfriend, boyfriend, she boyfriend is a dog. So there's mental illness there.
And apparently, I read this morning that his girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever, tranny friend, is been missing for 6 weeks.
Oh, wow.
So who knows that is? Did this person just disappear, or is there something more nefarious?
Are they
going
in
on?
hiding?
Well, that's what I'm thinking.
Maybe if
that
they're a
they just
witness.
want to be left alone from
Or maybe
media.
yeah, maybe
I'd
even
disappear
law
too, I would
enforcement.
think.
Maybe even law enforcement's hiding them. I don't know.
You never know. But I saw that in
But
one of the
there's
headlines this morning.
So when we and again, I'm not an expert. I'm just Buddy Bob, but I'm saying that we affirm some people's mental illness these days instead of trying to cure them of their mental illness.
Right.
We feed it.
Right.
Oh well, if you want to be a dog, I don't see any reason you can't do that. Get yourself some floppy ears and a tail and enjoy your life.
Right, but if you want to use the bathroom, I'm going to get you a litter box instead, because
Right.
you can't use the bathroom. My dog doesn't use my bathroom. So you're going to go take a dump outside, or if you're a cat, you're going to
Right.
do it in the litter box. Good luck.
Listen, I hate to say it. You want a solution? You got to start building third bathrooms everywhere.
Yeah.
I mean, what's the solution? The solution is to have a male, female, handicap, and
But what's next?
Alphabet.
Where does it end?
the problem is all them letters won't fit on the door.
Right. And where does it end? You're going to have a bathroom for just the cats, and then the dogs, people just want one for the dog.
So originally, at some point in history, there was only one bathroom and everybody had to share it.
Right.
And then at some point in time, somebody said, you know what? We don't need the guys staring at all the girls' hoo-hoos, and we don't need the girls looking at the
And
monsters.
vice versa, right.
So they separated and made two bathrooms. So the obvious evolution in time is, well, now we have another group of people that have to pee. So what do?
Well, like I said, where does it end? Going back to the negativity that is overwhelmed the earth, because it's not just here in this country. And we only see what is being slammed down our throats, but we see it in other countries. They're rioting in France and Japan and England. England's got a huge problem right now with what's going on over there. But there's just a lot of hate, and a spiritual person would say that the devil is winning right now.
Absolutely. The devil and his minions.
Yeah. The devil is I heard it on Sunday. The devil is he's the great accuser. And he's the one that gets the minions to do stuff for him. So if you think of the minions as these people that are coming unglued on a train or a plane, or shooting people or stabbing people in the street. I saw a video yesterday over in England where some illegal immigrant Muslim guy pulled out a knife and just randomly stabbed somebody on the sidewalk and killed him. Was like hacking the guy. If that's not ultimate hate, I don't know what is. You have to have
Right.
all of that hate in your heart to try to do that to somebody.
People can't be illegal, but they can be criminals, and they can be in the country illegally. And so I'll agree with your point with the people that say people can't be illegal, right? Or they add to it now. People can't be illegal on stolen land. Well, first of all, you didn't pay attention in history class.
Right.
And second of all, you need what do they call that? A quiet space. You need to go into a quiet space and collect your thoughts
Right.
and think about your place in life. I like this statement. To all those people that are they can't wait to wake up in the morning and start spreading hate. I really like the message that the governor of Utah said in his speech after Charlie Kirk was assassinated. You need to look in the mirror and find a better angel in there somewhere.
Right.
And I feel like a good portion of the country regardless of political affiliation, regardless of how you stand on LGBTQ issues and abortion stuff, a good part of the country needs to find a better angel.
Well, and I'll jump on with that too. I'll piggyback on that, where I'm all about PMA, right? Positive mental attitude.
Right.
I believe that you can manifest just about anything, and it's all about energy.
I
If you're a person that is angry and my life sucks every day, and I'm jealous of that person, or I don't like that person's opinion, that all of that negative stuff is conjuring up, is manifesting what you put like an angel, I would say, is a bad angel, a fallen angel.
Right.
You can manifest good, and it'll make your life for the better. I preach that every day. I've learned that from the help of others in my life, that you can go one of two ways. You can be an angry, cynical, hateful person, and all that's going to do is it's going to continue to breed negative energy and hatefulness and anger. Or you can try to be as positive and look at, it's as simple as the glass is half full kind of a thing. You can manifest that angel.
I appreciate people that positive mental attitude, but the people that can push through and have their positive mental attitude be where they deal from.
Right.
So you can speak to somebody from a position of authority. I have authority over you because you're private and I'm an officer. So I can speak to you from a position of authority, or I can make an argument from a position of authority. I have a PhD in this or that. So when I say something to you about this field, then I'm speaking to you from a position of authority. How about first, you speak to people as human beings first? If people would get that.
Right.
And I've said this before and maybe on the podcast, the most miraculous thing that God ever created was a human being. And when you interact with another human being, just you and somebody else, and let's say it's somebody you never met before, you meet somebody new, you speak to them for 5 or 10 minutes, you learn something about them. You learn something about another person.
Right.
And it's a wonderful, glorious thing that we can do that throughout our lives and meet people and find out about other cultures and what other people think about the same things that you do and this and that. But then we get into groups and all of that goes out the window.
That's the group speak thing. I had a counselor friend of mine talk to me about group speak, and it's you get people together and somebody starts saying whatever, I don't like NASCAR, and maybe that's not a good example, but what's the matter? You don't like Southern people? Or they'll go, yeah, I don't like NASCAR either. And then other people, because they want to fit in with the group, yeah, I don't like NASCAR either. And that's the whole group speak, and it spreads. It's like a disease or a virus. It continues to spread. Now, conversely, if you went in and or people went in life and meeting people and did what you had just suggested, like be nice to people and smile and
listen to them.
Listen to them. That's one of the biggest problems we have, is people don't listen. And we can disagree about things and still be friends. I mean, I have friends that we don't see eye to eye on certain subjects, but we're still friends.
Right.
And we need to keep it that way. And I've fallen into geez, I don't know, George is, maybe I don't like him anymore.
Right. People are drawing lines on the internet, on their social media accounts, oh, this person voted for Donald Trump. I can't unlike them fast enough. And, why?
Well, and
There's people that have had friends they've had for a number of years,
Yeah.
people they like, and I can't be around that person anymore. It's too painful for me to even see them. Really? You need to start with yourself.
well, take a step back,
You
like
need
we
to
said,
take a
like
step back, look in the mirror,
yeah,
maybe look for a better angel, but maybe ask yourself, what part do I play in this thing? I'm judging them. What part do I play in that?
well, and the whole
I see
don't judge somebody unless you want to be judged yourself.
the most
you know?
ridiculous things online where people say, if you see somebody wearing a MAGA hat, find something to throw at them.
Well, and that's ridiculous.
Run up to them and let them know that they're evil. Like, wait a second.
Right.
The person is wearing a red hat, and so you're assuming all this stuff about them.
Right.
Because of one thing, because of who they voted for. And boy, and that's an easy thing, right? That's a layup. If you want to judge somebody, judge them by their political affiliation.
Or just by their clothing. So that's the book by its cover thing.
People are so much more amazing than that. And I know that some of these people that I hate online, I bet you, I would almost guarantee that there are some people out there with blue hair and septum rings that are very nice, wonderful people.
I'm sure.
And have a lot to offer society. But they're being judged because what the other people with blue hair and septum rings do and say.
Well, and it's like, and I'll even go as far as saying like these sheikhs, a sheikh is somebody that's, I think a lot of them are from India and stuff. They wear the turban on their head. And the Muslims with the hijab and that. There's a lot of good people that are dressed like that.
Right.
But those people are being persecuted in a way because of the ones that do the wrongdoings.
One bad apple.
And it's the same thing with, before we went on air, you mentioned, there was a lot of grandmas that used to color their hair blue or green because their granddaughter did it and wanted to be a good grandma who's a really nice person, but now they're all called, right. They get pigeonholed into the group of the people that are just a-holes.
Right. They ruined it for everybody else that wants to color their hair a funny color.
And let's face it, there's a lot of bad people, these Antifa people, and I won't stick up for not one of them people because they're violent, bad people.
No, the people that call for violence, there's, there may not even be any redemption for those people. If you can just draw that line to violence because you believe this, but just think about that for a second. That's just such a horrible thing I know it's happened throughout history, but people in power, they've been killed for things that they do as well as things that they say. But to call violence on somebody because of what they're preaching and who they're saying it to,
it makes no sense.
It just makes no sense. And the fact that people are rationalizing it,
and that's
because of what the president's policies are that rationalizes violence. He's trying to get rid of violence and reduce violence.
Well, and if you really look at it and put your opinion to the side, and you brought it up, I'll add to it. Look what the president's been doing. He's a very peaceful human being, and he doesn't like fighting and all of that. He's doing his best as the most powerful person on the planet to try to get these other factions or these other groups, whatever you want to call it, to put down the arms and sit down and shake a hand and talk. Because again, hate begets hate, right? I mean, it
absolutely.
The more hate that goes on, it's like a snowball. The more it will grow and grow and grow. And that gets back to my point about, again, I'll call it dark energy, or you could call it the devil, call it what you want. It's dark energy. There's good energy light energy and there's dark energy, or it's like the Star Wars people, it's like the Force, there's the dark side and there's the light side. And
I would say,
I'd rather be on the light side of the Force.
right. I would say if the party on the left wants to continue to be a party and to succeed, they really they have to find somebody that is light inside of this darkness, because and again, we don't want to get political as much as we can avoid it, but a lot of this dark cloud is coming from the left side.
It is right now. Look, there's been hateful rhetoric from both sides. Right now, it's mostly from the left side, and we have a lot of leftist media that's spinning this stuff. And again, the people that are staring at that box on the wall, the TV,
Right.
or their phone,
Or they're
and all
just
of
like
that.
this all the time.
There's people that will look at it and go, geez, I don't know if I trust that, and I don't know if that's correct. And then there's people that go, yeah, I feel the same way. And those are the people that are being fed. They're like, I always attribute it to history back to Nazi Germany, where, here's one guy who convinced his citizens, or a good portion of them, to hate people and to go as far as killing them. And they had the brown shirts they were like, they were like Boy Scouts. And he convinced these kids that they need to go break windows of these poor Jewish business owners and all that. And they had people, look, they did it here in this country during COVID, turning their neighbors in. He wasn't wearing a mask.
Yeah.
He didn't get his shot. Are you fucking kidding me? It's ridiculous. Sorry about the F-bomb, but that really makes me mad. They're doing it on purpose. And you're all falling, not you're all, but some people are falling for that.
Now, I don't know what the solution is, but this is a bit biblical, but this is what I think. And this is what shortly before he was killed, in the weeks before he was killed, Charlie Kirk was talking to people about observing the Sabbath. Now, when the Jewish people observe the Sabbath, and I don't know, you may or may not know this, they're really not to do anything for that 24-hour period from sundown to sundown. Sundown Friday to
begins
sundown
on Friday
Saturday.
night and then ends Saturday night.
When my wife was a young girl, they had, they might have been Hasidic, but they had a very strict Jewish family that lived in their neighborhood. And not only could you not turn a light on, you couldn't say, hey, Jimmy, can you go turn that light on for me? No, they had to be very vague about it. So they'd say, Joanne, could you drop by our house about 6-ish and see that all the rooms are lit up? Could you do that for us? And so I'm not suggesting anything like that, but what, the real strict Orthodox Jews, they will not watch any electronics. They won't cook any food.
Right.
So they'll cook food ahead of time so they have something to eat, whatnot. But I'm not suggesting that. What Charlie said as a Christian was, it's good to observe the Sabbath and take that day and unplug and get away from your screen, read a book, read scripture, go play with your kids, take a walk,
Right.
walk your dog, sit and take some time and sit in thought.
Reflect.
And reflect and try to center yourself. This is funny, but I go to physical therapy, and when you're doing all these different exercise, I have a back issue, so I'm trying to strengthen all the muscles around my back. And they always say, while you're doing this exercise, make sure stabilize your core.
Right.
So you try to, and I'm an old man with a gut, and so I'm trying to get my boiler just to tighten up.
My boiler.
And I'm doing my exercises, right? But I'm thinking about that. And it's like the same thing. Your emotional core.
Right.
Sit and relax and get away from your screen and focus on your emotional core. And while you're doing this exercise, keep your emotional core, flexed or pressed against
Right.
the bed or whatever it is.
If you wake up with a positive heart and go to bed with a positive heart,
That's a big step, isn't it?
it's a huge
But-
step.
This is something I'm trying now.
Yeah.
So, and I'm going to take a big portion of my Saturdays and unplug. And just try to. I mean, I'm not saying for a whole day even. It doesn't have to be observance of the Sabbath, but pick a time. Saturday between the hours of 1 o'clock and 6 o'clock, I am going to do nothing. I'm going to unplug. I'm not going to look at my phone or my computer or any of that. I'm just going to chill and whatever it is. I think, that's something that I think that might help a lot of people to just slow things down.
Like a technological fast.
Yes, that's a perfect way to put it. Right.
Technological fast.
A lot of people do fasting as part of their diet, and they say it helps them greatly.
Yeah.
And a lot of people they talk about great benefits from fasting. So you might have just come up with something here. We might want to copyright that.
I don't know if I'm the first person that's come up with that
Some
before,
emotional
but
fasting. Well, we might want to check. There might be some money in that.
Hey, so all of you out there, technological fasting. Yeah,
If
that's
you
fine.
see Dr. Phil saying that on TV, you let us know.
Right now I have this urge to go. You're listening to Practical Nonsense. If you want to call in, it's 800-555-9292. We need to start. We got to have the ability to take phone calls.
Yes, some practical nonsense. Stay at the Hyatt Medium.
But
Remember that on Saturday Night Live?
there's
Get
only
some Saturday Night Live. Stay
there's
at the
only
$3.
4 people in the chat, and they're lurking right now, so
Lurking.
nobody really has an
There was
opinion.
6.
But that's
Lurkers aren't
okay.
the best.
We don't seem to be drawing the audience, but we're only 13 episodes into it.
Yeah.
So I'm not complaining. I'm just saying. But like I said, I just have this urge to go. Yeah, you're listening to Buddy Bob and Jimbo, where New England's hurricane, New England's typhoon network. Give us a call at 800-555-4242.
Today afternoon, we'll have the street team out there looking for your absolute nonsense bumper stickers.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah, we got Bubba. He's going to be sitting on top of the phone pole down at the Dairy Queen collecting canned goods for the homeless veterans. So get on down there. And he's in a bathing suit. It's only 33 degrees out.
The Uncle Skunk mobile truck.
Right? Oh, that would be fun. Wouldn't it? Wouldn't it though?
It would be fun.
I mean, we can do whatever we want, really, other than, hateful stuff and nudity and that. We can pretty much do whatever we want.
Yeah. Yeah, because we're not hateful anyway, so
No.
we'd have to, figure that out.
Well, and you know,
And nobody wants to see us in a bathing suit.
no. There was probably a time when I looked okay,
Sure.
but yeah, nobody. I walk by the mirror with my shirt off and go, whoa, whoa.
I need one of those
Who
1920s,
was that
the
guy?
one piece with the stripes on it.
Right?
I need one of those these days. It's like,
Oh, yeah. We were talking about a minute ago about, technological fasting and that, and trying to be a better person. I mean, Mrs. Producer and I will be driving in the car. The car is a great place to conjure up hate and
Oh,
anger.
yeah.
And we both do it, and then we realize that we're doing it. Like, you're driving and there's the guy in front of you, and the speed limit's 45, and he pulls out in front of you from a side road, and he does like 20, Because he's looking for an address or whatever they're doing. Who knows? He
100 feet up the road, he turns.
dropped an ash off his cigar butt in his lap or whatever he's doing. And you're like, what in the fucking what is this guy doing? This asshole. And then, and we'll say it, whoever is doing it, she'll be like, well, that's not very nice of you. And it's like, yeah, you're right. Okay. I'll take a deep breath. And because you never know what's going on in someone's life either. And I say it during my morning shows, everyone's got a story. And those stories are good. And sometimes you wake up and the story, your life story is not so good. Your dog died. You got banking issues, whatever it is, you lost a loved one. We don't know what's going on in somebody's world, but we're only centered around our world. And instead of me, which I'm trying to be better at it, going, fucking rigging, pull up, go, take a deep breath and just go, okay. It's not gonna last long. Whatever it is, like you said, he'll turn off the road or he'll speed up or realize he's whatever it is. Or the worst of it is he's just gonna drive at 20 for several miles. And really, unless I'm going somewhere quick, and they have passing lanes for that. So
I like pray some mornings before I'm leaving the house. And then still the first person that pulls out in front of me. Yeah, I can't help it.
It's a test. It's almost like a test.
It just irks me. So now I try to, I take steps. If somebody pulls in front of me and they're right in front, I back off and get some distance between me. And then just because I learned this, if I react a certain way, then it wrecks my drive to work.
Sure.
And then if I have a crappy drive to work, then when I walk in the door, now I'm already pissing nails and I haven't even.
That's that energy that I'm talking about.
So
negativity begets negativity.
I just reverse it. I back off if I can. Now, I do have a problem with a couple of years ago, I decided when I drive to work, I go 5 miles over the speed limit, whatever the speed limit is. A lot of people are going to say that's too slow, but it's over the speed limit, so I don't care. Almost every morning when I go around the lake, some person tailgates me. And just the other day, Friday, word, I was laughing. I couldn't help myself. The woman behind me, it's 35 when you go around the lake. I'm going 40 miles an hour.
Yeah.
I can see her in my rear view, losing her mind, having a full-on conniption in her car. Pounding on the steering, on the dashboard. I'm serious. I'm watching them and laughing. I waved at my mirror. Hi. I didn't wave out the window.
Yeah,
that would have been too much. But I waved at the mirror like
that pisses people off even more when you smile at them.
Well, I didn't brake check her.
You get the one finger salute.
Well, I've gotten that before because I have brake check. I don't like to do that. That's a last resort. It's dangerous. It's really kind of can be irresponsible. But I mean, I had a lady that was just tailgating me for miles. I thought I was towing her at one point. And so I got a little distance on her and then I hit my brakes to let her know. And she went into the other lane and gave me the biggest, highest middle finger on her way by me. But it's like, I'm still speeding.
Right.
I'm technically speeding. Right. I'm going 5 miles.
But you can only control your actions. You can't control somebody else. So maybe the next time, and I need to buy into this too, because I'm just like you. I'm not any different. Pull over. Let the person with the lead foot go by.
But a lot of times
tailgate somebody else.
A lot of times you can't.
Sometimes you can't. You're right.
Especially but when you in the winter.
When you can find the opportunity, maybe that's the best road to go down. Hindsight being 20/20. Again, I've been guilty of the same thing where you and what I usually do is I take my rearview mirror and I turn it away so I can't see them.
Yeah, that's a great tactic.
Yeah.
Because you want to de-escalate yourself.
Well, you have to. Again, that's
if not, then you see the crazy things that happen with road rage. Yeah. So you don't know that, like, again, I brake check somebody. I don't know if they got a gun in their car,
You never know.
So, I certainly, like I said, I have done that because there's been times I felt it was necessary, but I wouldn't recommend it. It's dangerous. It could cause more problems than you start with.
No, I agree with that. I agree. Just remember, PMA saves the day, and the more positive energy that you draw into yourself, the less negative energy is going to be drawn to you. Like energies are drawn to each other, and the better you're going to have, better day you're going to have, the better life you're going to have. Look, we all get angry. We all get, our patience run thin sometimes. But it's, to me, and I work on it daily to try to be a better person. It's the better person that does those things. That continues to try to be better. That's all.
I always say that I'm still working on being the best person I can be, and I figure right before I take my last breath, I'll be done.
Look, life is a work in progress. I'm sure there's been times where I have not been the greatest person. I know as a fact that there were times in my life where I was not a very good person. And I've been trying to make up for that. I just want to be a better person to people.
Right. I don't think it's
and to myself.
I mean, I think about, the person I used to be, and I don't think I was always the best person. But as far as making up for it, I just try to be as good as I can be going forward.
Right.
And
maybe making up for it's the wrong term. Because, things that you've done and in the past there's no way to change that.
if you're a better person now, then that makes up for
So-
it in a way, right?
Mhm.
Right. Yeah. I mean, and once a year, the Jewish faith, during the holy times, they apologize to people. That's part of their thing. Hey, if I've done atonement, if I've done anything to you or made you mad, I apologize for all that. Please forgive me.
And then they pray all day.
Yeah.
For that.
Please forgive me because, for whatever reason, whatever it is I've done, I'm really not that kind of person. And it may be just because I had a bad day. Again, there were times in my life where I think back, or you perceive it, because I've apologized to someone in my past. I'm like, look, I maybe not treated you so well, and they're like, what are you talking about?
Me
And
as
I'm like,
well.
well, in my head, I didn't think I was treating you very good. And they're like, I don't recall what you were talking about, but thank you. So maybe it's just our own perception sometimes, but
Yeah.
if you try to be a better human being every day, then you're not going to get caught in any of that.
And if you take a break for yourself, and just sit and be quiet with yourself, and take a moment to unplug from the media, and unplug from the rage and the road rage that has overtaken America. People that aren't even driving, they got road rage. That's how some of the political vitriol seems to me.
Yeah.
Like it's just road rage. So I really feel part of the answer is people have to find a way to unplug for long enough to calm down and see things kind of clearly.
Right. No, I agree.
Don't know what the answer is, but
I think it's up to the individual. Each person has to, it's like a drug addict or an addict. It's like an addict in general.
something unplugged.
I think it was unplugged already. It just fell off.
It hasn't interrupted anything.
Oh, the camera just got phoned up. So that's okay. I think that I totally lost my whole cadence, but that's okay. I think that if you just try to be a better person every day, and
It's good for you.
well, it's good for you, and if you're being good and being nice to yourself,
It might
You-
spread.
and you're going to be nice to others, and that's why I say, I keep going back to my other show, because I always end my show the same way. I talk about PMA, and I talk about being kind to one another.
Right.
Be nice to people because everyone has a story and you don't know what that story is.
Right. Be nice first.
If you see a stranger, people you don't know, smile.
Yeah.
That how catchy is that?
They're probably going to smile back. And it's,
Well, and that's it. You may have just helped
Yeah.
somebody out of a rut just by getting them to smile
and
back.
you
at
never
you.
know.
That's the point behind that. Or you could say a kind word and say, "Hey, I really like your shoes," or I like your sweater. That's a nice sweater that you're wearing.
You might get pepper sprayed for that, but
Again, I even say shake a hand and give them a hug if they're
Right.
so inclined. Just don't run up to people and start shaking people's hand and hugging them because you're gonna get a kick
I
in the
always say
knee.
good morning and to people. Like when I'm at work, I'm outside the building. There's people walking around, walking their dogs and stuff like that. I always say hello to people and try to engage and at least say hello with a smile.
Yeah.
And
How
Yeah.
hard is it to do that?
oh, it's so hard, Jimmy.
I know. Goodness, it just really is.
The smile.
Hey, did you see the hurricane there that hit Jamaica?
Fortunately, I didn't see it.
Well, see it, but it's been in the news for the last several days.
Dude,
Hurricane
yeah,
Melissa.
so it hit the ground as a level 5, right?
Level 575 plus miles
So
an hour.
they were able to evacuate. Most people hadn't heard about.
I saw
Is
some,
there a body count or?
not that I've seen. I have seen some videos this morning, and the damage is horrific.
Oh, yeah.
It's pretty bad there. They're going to need it.
Really?
Those folks are going to need our help. Just like anybody. I mean, up in where was it, in Anchorage? They had a big flood up there a
Yeah.
few weeks ago. And
Oh, and that was devastating. These
Yeah.
people can't go back.
right. And, imagine that people that live on the island, I mean, a lot of them, I'm sure their livelihood is through tourism and that. And I don't know if any of the ports, the cruise ships have been destroyed, or
Right.
a lot of their shops and things, or just where they live, their homes have been destroyed. And it's not like, I was saying, it's not like for us, when we get powerful storms here in New England, we get those nor'easters, whether they're during the summer
Yeah.
or they're in the winter, that usually brings a lot of heavy wind and rain or snow.
Right.
But
Tropical storms are different.
we get a lot of trees that come down, which is devastating in itself because it cripples you technology wise or communication wise. You get crippled. Some people do have this stuff hit their homes, but for the most part, our homes are built pretty well, and we're sheltered because of all the trees and stuff. We don't get the winds like they do in these tropical places. And we have a basement that if you need to take shelter in, you can. These islands,
Tin shack. There's no basement.
well, there's no basement anyway. They can't dig a hole because it's going to fill up with seawater.
Right.
So they got nowhere to go. They can't run to the hills, and they can't run to the low areas. It's just they're there.
Based on the amount of water, a basement would have been no good anyway.
Well, again, flooding a basement's not going to help you.
You're talking about 3 feet, over a foot of rain, right?
Sharks were in people's swimming pools.
No, more than that. They were talking.
In an hour, though.
I don't know what
Foot of rain in an hour?
happened,
Is
but
that
they were
possible?
talking over 42 inches of water.
So I heard somebody say a foot of rain in an hour. Do you think that's possible?
Sure. Think about
Because
Think about
we've had days when they say we got 2 inches of rain, and it was like Wizard of Oz rain,
Right. But
So I can't
these
imagine
people
a
are a
foot of
little
rain.
island in the ocean. So what happens with the energy from those
It would be
creates this surge from the ocean first, and that brings water in.
if it was twice as much if it's snow, then that would be 2 feet of snow in 1 hour.
It would-
How hard would it have to be snowing to drop 2 feet of snow on the ground in an hour?
That's a question for someone else, not me.
Like a meteorologist.
I'm just saying
But
that.
think about a vacuum cleaner turning around at 175 miles an hour over the ocean, and it's being energized from the warm ocean, and it's pulling all of that water up. Eventually, that water's got to go somewhere.
You know what I
So-
saw yesterday that was one of the coolest things I've ever seen? So one of those Air Force weather planes flew into the middle of it,
Yeah, I saw that.
and it was like a column of clouds. They were like a can made out of clouds, and they were inside it, the cylinder of clouds perfectly blue
Sun's out.
sky,
Yeah,
unbelievable, and they're flying inside of it. Super dangerous. I mean, to enter or exit the eye
right.
is like even the most technical aircraft in the world is still dangerous.
And they said that that's one of the most powerful hurricanes on record. 175 miles an hour. That's really.
So the record on Mount Washington is 200, right?
It was, I
But
think.
that's on top of Mount Washington.
Right, that held the highest wind record in the world. I think it's been beaten now, but that was since like 1932 or 34. Yeah, you're not going to stand up in 175 mile an hour winds.
No, that's even too windy for a kite, right?
I would think so. Your kite's going to get wet anyway.
It's going to get ruined.
Ruined, right?
Our kite's going to get ruined in that 175 mile an hour wind. Just so you know.
Just in case you wanted to know, it's going to get ruined.
You know, there's houses swirling around in the air, so yeah, the kite doesn't stand a chance.
Well, I'm hoping and praying that nobody's
Well,
lost their
absolutely,
lives.
absolutely, and for they got to rebuild, and so hopefully they get to all the resources they need to be able to get people back in their where they live.
For those of you lurkers out there, if you haven't hit the like button, make sure you smash that like and share us out. Say a kind word in the chat. Let us know you're here. Oh gosh, what time is it?
It is.
12:18 already.
Wow, we're cruising right along.
Yeah, just talking about nonsense. It's great.
Have you seen? How about this? This 3-eye atlas. We talked about it before. Do you know any? You learned
3-eye
anything?
atlas? Oh no,
No,
the big meteor that's coming at us.
it's not a
haven't
meteor.
learned-
Some people
it's
say
an
it's a
object.
comet, but
I
some
haven't
others
learned
say
anything
it's an
more
object.
about it.
There it is. Well, that's a artist rendition there.
Did they find out it's really an old Cadillac?
Yeah. No, it's that the Corvette or whatever that Elon Musk put out there.
It's the
Is that
size
it?
of it's the
It's
size of a
covered with-
football field.
What is it?
It's the size of a football field.
Size of a football field. It's bigger than that. I think it's like the size of New York. or
Yes, like
something.
when
Oh,
they-
Manhattan.
The size of Manhattan, and it's flying at like 13,000.
and it makes a
miles an hour.
noise, right? They get radio frequency.
No, I don't think
they're.
they're getting any frequency from that. You're confusing. What it is they think that it came from. Let me digress. So back in 1977, some scientists, I want to say it was in Ohio. They're in Ohio, and there's a radio telescope there, and they received a radio frequency like 43,000.978 megahertz or whatever. That's not right, but they call it the wow frequency because they say that it's the type of frequency that doesn't occur naturally in space, from what we know. How do we know? But
Right.
what we know, from everything we know, it doesn't occur naturally. So they call it a wow, and it's not because they went wow. I
Right,
think
it's
it's
an acronym for something.
it's something that the way that it looks on a graph, I think, is why they call it that. And I could be wrong, so don't start sending me hate mail. I'm not a scientist. I just remember certain things that I read. So this wow signal came from a certain place. They could pinpoint or not pinpoint, but they know the direction it came from. And this 3-eye atlas object apparently has come from the same area.
Oh, it's the wow sound.
From where the wow sound came. So, and then the way that it's acting. So it's not acting like a normal comet would be. It's not omitting the same stuff. Usually comets and that are made up of ice and whatever, right? And as they fly and they get closer to a star like our sun, they off gas.
Do you want to know why they called it wow?
Yeah, tell us why. Mrs. Producer's going to let us know.
In August 15, 1977, astronomer Jerry Ingham, who famously wrote "Wow" on the printout,
So he did say, "Wow."
but he wrote it on the printout, and it was exhibited. So
So there you
There
go.
you go. It
So
was
he did
somebody
say,
saying, wow.
"Wow."
and it was the Ohio State University.
So it was Ohio,
It's
so-
the Big Ear Radio.
Yeah. So there you
They're the
go. So
Buckeyes.
this 3-eye Atlas object anomaly has come from the same part of space where that wow thing came from. So one would
1957.
speculate that if it's intelligence sent the wow, that in the way that this object is acting, apparently, and I couldn't confirm it, but we've heard that it's slightly changed its trajectory a little bit, which is not like comets. They
Right.
usually fly in a straight line, and that's what they do. So I watched. So there's a astrophysicist. His name is Avi Loeb. He's a Harvard professor, and a really, really smart guy. Way smarter than any of us in this room.
I would guess.
He's the one that I don't know if he's the one that first discovered this object and said, "Hey, there's this object," or if him and some colleagues of his are the ones that have found it. But he's the one that's saying that this isn't acting like a normal comet, and NASA has backed this up as well. It usually the comets usually omit certain things, normal comets. I don't know if it's CO2 and
Sure.
and there's metals that come off of it. A lot of them have iron in them.
Right.
In fact, I think all the comets that we know of have iron in them. This doesn't. This has nickel. It's made of nickel. And
So it'd be shiny.
Do you want to know
I
who
guess.
found it?
sure,
It was discovered.
we're gonna get Mrs. Producer a microphone.
It was discovered by ATLAS, the Asteroid Terrestrial Impact Last Alert System Survey Telescope in Chile.
There you go, in
Oh.
Chile. So that's that big. We've seen pictures of that big telescope in Chile.
And it's 3I because it's the third
Interstellar
Right.
object.
object. So it's the third one. Like
They've all been this century.
what was it? Oumuamua was one that we heard about several years ago. So, all right, getting back to Avi Loeb, I watched him on Joe Rogan yesterday,
Oh, nice.
and shout out to Joe Rogan. Not a sponsor,
No.
but so Avi Loeb was on there, and what he said was, for people on the planet, our planet, Earth, the one we live on, should get their vacations in and over with before October 29th.
Which is today.
I was going to say, what's the date today? So is the 29th.
Oh,
So because something spectacular may happen with this object. And the reason he said it is because it's gone or going to be going.
Sorry.
Mrs. Producer's getting out of control. It's
That's like pretty
going to go
secure here.
behind the sun. Now, normal comets, when they go behind or get close to the sun, they'll come apart. So there's two things one of two things he expects to happen with this is that once it comes around the sun, it's going to be fragmented and blown apart like a regular comet, or it's going to continue to be whole. And that's where that's uncharacteristic or not a natural
That's when it
thing.
becomes a very interesting object.
Very interesting, more interesting than it is now.
I wanted
So-
to share why I laughed. Dave Allen said, "Jimmy, why would Elon put a Corvette in space? It was a Tesla."
Oh, yeah, whatever. It was an automobile, but that's a point, Dave.
I thought that was funny.
That's a good point.
Yeah, you wouldn't
Shows
wanna
how
put
much
a-
I pay
You wouldn't
attention,
want to put a real car in space.
right?
Right, the Corvette's too
Why
valuable.
waste a beautiful
No, why
Corvette?
waste a beautiful example of internal combustion?
Well, it was a convertible, I believe, because he had like a
Yeah.
dummy astronaut driving the
I was thinking like when they.
Why didn't he do one of them crazy looking stainless steel truck things?
Well, I was thinking, you know, they scuttle old battleships to the bottom of the ocean, then they become coral reefs.
Right?
So he scuttled his Tesla to outer space and becomes a meteorite.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
It'll land in a galaxy far, far away.
right? Yeah, what's going to happen, you know, the thousands of millions of years from now, some intelligent beings will be out there in their ship like in Star Trek, and we have an anomaly. What's this object here? All indications, sir, it's a Tesla from early 21st century Earth.
Looks like a piece of garbage.
Yeah. Why, yeah, it is. It is, in fact, a piece of garbage. Now, all you Tesla owners out there don't hate us. I'm sure your Tesla's fine.
I'm just kidding. I only say that because I like internal combustion engines.
And we're all about. I'm all about pure American muscle.
Yeah, and I have a fear of dying in a car fire.
Yeah, trust me, as a firefighter, it's a scary thing.
And
see those
listen,
things
I-
burn.
people
You
said
can't put
that-
them out.
People said this before. Well, internal combustion engine cars catch on fire too. Yes, they do, but the sample size is 1,000,000 times more.
Yeah, but you
For
can
the
put them
sample
out.
size, right? For the sample size, the electric cars they catch on fire, I think, with more frequency.
So and they put out more heat than any. It's a battery.
Batteries are dangerous.
And you can't put them out. You can, but it takes an extreme amount of resources in to be able to do it.
Right.
It takes a lot of water. Now there's companies, you know, I
they
could get
surround
into
and
it
drown
because I've been learning about it. They've come up with these for basic, or for lack of a better term, it's like a tarp that'll cover the whole car,
Yeah.
and it's supposed to, you know, take away the oxygen. But
Fire
the
blanket.
problem is once those, they create what's called thermal runoff.
Right.
And once it creates this heat, it's really hard to take the heat away until they burned up. And that's that for now. I mean, that's kind of the approach that we're taking with these vehicles, that as long as they're not impinging on something else, just to create a safe zone around it and let the thing burn.
Dig a hole behind it
Well, you could.
and push
So-
it in the hole with a bulldozer.
Back in the old days, there were vehicles that, like the Volkswagens, had magnesium wheels and
Right.
stuff, and other engine blocks were made of magnesium.
Right.
I know in parts of the desert and places like Nevada and them, they would just bring, because you can't put that stuff out either. It's really hard to. They would just dig a hole in the sand and bury the thing.
So very famously, in the Le Mans race, 24 Hours of Le Mans in 1955, there was a huge crash that killed spectators in the crowd. What happened was, part of the problem was that the car had magnesium wheels and a magnesium engine,
Yeah.
and it was all bolted to the car in steel with steel bolts. So the car crashed and exploded, and it expelled every steel nut and bolt in
Yeah.
the car like bullets went
Yeah.
into the crowd. The engine and transmission went into the crowd.
There's old films of that.
It's
You can
black
see
and white. It was horrific, but they didn't understand, you know, how the metals would react. But and like you say, magnesium, it's a flammable metal. You can't just
It's like
Can't
those
just easily
batteries.
put
They're
it out.
very hard to put out.
can't.
So I had a chief at the fire academy tell me that, because I think he worked in Nevada, and he said that's what they do. They would call in a backhoe, they dig a hole it's in the desert.
Yeah.
They dig a hole in the sand and bury the thing in the
Sure.
sand. Bury it.
There you go. Problem solved.
Problem solved.
The
Although-
insurance company wants the car. They just gotta go dig it out.
Well, at some point it's gonna go out.
Right.
But yeah, so this 3i Atlas object is pretty interesting, and we're gonna find out in the next day or two if
Yeah.
it blew apart, or if
Cool.
it comes around the backside of the sun and it's still intact. We may want to start watching Independence Day or something like that, because we got to know what to do if it's
I'll have to ask I have a friend
aliens.
at the temple who's an astrophysicist, and he's a teacher, or he's retired professor from UNH. But he has, this year, he sent experiments up in space.
Why don't
So
you?
I have to ask him what he knows about.
So here's your homework for next week. Go talk to this guy. I'd like to know what his opinion of Avi Loeb is, and then what his opinion of this of this 3-eye atlas thing is. Well, you'll be our man on the street.
That's
and
my
you'll bring
homework.
back, we'll bring back
I'll ask
Buddy
him.
Bob reporting. We was out in the field last week.
If anybody would know, he would know. Oh well, I'm sure he knows of it, but I'll have to ask him.
Right.
Wow, we are tearing through this episode.
You want to do top 10?
Why not?
All right. What'd you do?
I hit it again because I thought, like, with the images, you have to hit it to stop it.
Oh, okay. Oh, she hit it and stopped it. There you go.
There you have it.
Dave said also that David Bowie's Space Oddity was playing on the radio. In the
that's right.
in the Tesla car.
That's funny.
Yes, on a loop.
Till the battery died. Or is it solar powered?
I don't know.
And how does solar power work in space? How
Oh.
long?
The sun's there.
But how long?
Well,
Does it eat up the battery? Like, does it
I
fry
If
it out?
you live in outer space, which side of your roof do you put the solar panel on?
right? Yeah.
Right? But the batteries, how long do
They're on the
batteries
dark
last?
side of the moon.
You see a little ranch floating around.
Yeah.
But do the batteries last forever?
There's no. So they put all the solar panels on the light side of the moon because you can't
Make
generate.
sure you got shades for the windows.
Right. All right. So today, Buddy Bob, what'd you come up with for top 10? This was your week to come up with it.
We have our top 10 favorite TV shows.
Ooh.
There's so many to choose, and I'll be honest.
Me too.
I needed some help because some of mine. Well, we'll get into it because I got honorable mention ones we can do.
Yeah. Well, when I was a kid, I used to watch all kinds of shows. When I was younger, I watched shows.
You know, there's shows like people probably don't know, like the Rat Patrol and
Yeah.
those kind of shows.
Car 54, Where Are You?
Yeah.
I used to watch all that stuff.
Yeah, I loved all that. Green Hornet,
Yeah.
that kind of stuff. But all right, you
Yeah, I tried to
came
go-
up with the top.
Trying to go with 10.
Oh, Tinkerbell just
There you go.
flew through.
There you go. One of my personal favorites, maybe just one of my favorites, is the show Columbo.
Oh, Columbo, yeah.
Yeah.
Just one more thing, ma'am.
The thing about Columbo was the guest stars on that show were all like some of the best actors of the day.
Right?
There's great actors that were on that show. And it was, the thing I liked about that show was that was different than other detective shows. At the beginning of the show, they showed you who committed the murder and how they did it. And then you get to watch to see how he figured it out.
Right. Peter Falk
Yeah.
is the actor.
And he did it. The first one was a movie. They made a movie before it was a series. And that was in 1968. I can't remember what it's called, but it's really
It
good.
was the CBS movie of the week. No, I don't know.
And then they in 70 they made it into an official series.
So maybe that was like the pilot, the movie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was two of them that came out before the series. Two movies. But again, he created that character who was just a memorable character. And it was just great stars.
Just a guy in a trench coat.
And they were all
He kind of acted like kind of a goofy,
he's got the funny eye, he's got the
dumb
glass
guy.
eye.
but he was really smart. He
Right.
always could figure it out.
Right. That was great. The bad guys thought that they had him. You know, he was never going to figure it
Oh,
out. You know,
just
yeah.
one thing.
Yeah, one more thing.
One more thing. All right, so my turn.
Your turn.
All right, so yeah, this is a hard one for me. And again, it's like all our top 10. It could be
Top 20, top
could be
50.
top 50 at least. Excuse me. So yeah, so I kind of had to narrow it down. My first one, and it's probably number one on my list, is MASH.
I have MASH as well.
MASH is by far one of my all-time favorite shows. Of course, the first like 6 or 7 seasons were good. Once once, they kind of killed off certain characters in that, which when Harry Morgan came, it was
Right.
still good.
I thought that's one of the strengths of that show, is that McLean Stevenson was the colonel, right?
Yeah.
Henry Blake.
He left.
He left, and they got Harry Morgan, and he was just as
Yeah.
good.
Colonel Potter.
B.J. Honeycutt left. His name was Wayne. I don't remember his last name, but he left, and they brought on. Trapper John left,
Trapper John.
and then they brought on B.J.
Yeah.
and he was a good
He
character.
was good too.
And then Larry Linville left, and they brought in David Ogden Steers
Which was good
to
too.
play Winchester. So
I just think after a while, though, it kind of started to kind of jump the shark a little bit. Not bad. I don't think jump the shark is
It
the
changed.
term,
it changed the last two seasons because Alan Alda started directing it. And so his
Right.
sensibilities, it changed a little bit. But I think still to this day that the last episode of MASH is one of the most highly
oh
watched
yeah,
TV shows
of course, and a tearjerker for sure. And the show lasted longer than the war did.
Yeah.
The Korean
Yeah.
War only lasted 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
And I think there was 13 seasons maybe in
But
MASH.
you got to believe really, really good writing. It was just a really good show all the way through. But I think that's one of its strengths was they changed characters and the show just kept
Yeah,
going.
it's great. Good show.
Oh, I'm going to throw out the Carol Burnett show.
Oh, geez.
Oh.
I watched that a ton when I was a kid. I used to get home from school and watch the Carol Burnett show. Variety shows like that really you don't see them today. But when we were kids in the 70s, there was a ton of different variety shows. And Carol Burnett was one of she was
Really good.
funny. And what she had going for her was Harvey Korman and Tim
Conway. Those two.
I think without those two guys,
Mrs. Wiggins.
the show wouldn't have been. Those two guys were just hilarious, especially Tim Conway. They had a hard time not laughing filming the show with him.
Well, like SNL, they kind of like to crack each other up live.
Right.
Well, Carol Burnett was the first one where the players on there
And it
were
was
cracking
recorded
each
in
other.
front of a live studio audience.
Yeah. The Carol Burnett show has been recorded in front of a live studio audience.
But yeah, it was funny. She just had a funny show. It was really good.
Very good. Colleen and I once in a while will watch bits of that. There was one skit that they did. It was a Gone with the Wind skit.
Oh, and he's wearing the curtains. With the curtain
Right.
rods.
So in the movie, she made a dress out of the velvet curtains. Well, Carol Burnett's still got the curtain rod sticking out of her
Oh my
shoulders,
God,
and
every time it breaks me up.
that's,
Every time.
that's just really funny. I mean,
Crack me up.
that,
Funny,
every now and then you'll get a group of people. It's like the first players on the Not Ready for Primetime players on SNL. After that, there was some good people on that, but that you get a group of people that just gel.
Right.
And that was Carol Burnett for sure. All right, so the next one on my list is a black and white one. It's The Honeymooners with Jackie Gleason and Art Carney. And I was a little kid. That was reruns when I was born.
Yeah. That was only on for 2 seasons.
Yeah, I can remember that being on TV as a little boy and laughing at this fat bus driver.
Yep.
And
Good moon, Alice.
yeah, he was always angry and yelling, and then stuff like Alice was always like one-upping him.
And Art Carney was Kramer before he was Kramer.
Right? Yeah.
I mean, he was a perfect neighbor, funny character, goofball.
Right.
Reminded me of, he was just like Kramer. He was that kind of a character.
But Jackie Gleason, how can you not?
I
And
remember
then,
watching those.
the Smoking the Bandit, he went on to play
God.
other stuff, but that Smoking the Bandit.
Sheriff Justice.
Yep.
My favorite
You for
scene
King
is
Justice.
when he goes in to get the sandwich. Give me a Diablo sandwich and a Dr. Pepper and hurry up. Make it fast. Hurry. Burt Reynolds is sitting right next to him.
Yep. Oh, let me buy that. Well, first he he gets it on his shirt. And he puts. So yeah, let me get that.
And he's
for
trying
you.
to eat it. What are you chasing for? Speed! We're trying to eat this.
Right. Oh, and then he comes out. He's got the toilet paper stuck on his shoe or whatever.
Yeah, ladies chasing him. Sheriff. That's my
so
favorite
bad.
scene though. Give me a Diablo sandwich and a Dr. Pepper.
All right, your turn, buddy.
Oh, you knew this was coming from me. Family Guy.
Family Guy. Yeah, yeah.
I still
So
pretty
I'll
loyal
get-
watcher of Family
I'll
Guy.
get text messages from Buddy Bob weekly, and it's a Family Guy clip. I love Family Guy
I
too.
just love that
I love Family Guy. It's they do a great job.
I think that I commend him, Seth MacFarlane, for he's got a platform where he can say stuff that people should be losing their damn minds.
Yeah.
They should be losing their damn minds. But somehow he's created a format where he can get away with the stuff that he says on TV. Cracks me up. But I sit there and go, man, I'm surprised and amazed that he can say this stuff.
Right. Exactly.
But I
He
think
gets away with it.
he's a smart guy. I mean, he does more than half the voices on the show. He's a great singer. Did you know that?
Yes, I've seen him sing.
Here's something I bet
He's
you
in the
didn't-
show tunes.
He's in the show tunes. He's in the Frank Sinatra. Frank Sinatra's Jr. used to be on the show. He's friends with the Sinatra family, and they recently gave him permission to record a whole album of songs that were written for Frank Sinatra but never recorded.
Oh, no kidding.
And Seth MacFarlane recorded "Singing Like Frank Sinatra," and he sings just like
Oh
him.
wow, I'd like to hear that.
And he sings just like him. But when you watch Family Guy, you hear these songs in the background. It sounds like Frank Sinatra. It's Seth
It's him.
MacFarlane.
Well, even Brian, when he does the Brian character, Brian will sing in that.
Brian is the
That's
one
him.
that sounds like him.
Right.
That's
It's his
own
regular voice. Yeah.
But yeah, he's very, very talented.
Very talented.
He's a
man.
very gifted singer. But to get away with that stuff, I commend him. I wish I could get away with saying that stuff.
So this is the science fiction guy in me. Now I couldn't decide whether it was the original Star Trek or the Next Generation. All the other ones after that,
I always thought that you would really like the Next Generation.
I do. That's why it was hard for me. So it's Star Trek, then the Next Generation. I had to pick them both because and the first one that only lasted a couple seasons. It didn't go for long, maybe 3 or 4 if that.
It wasn't initially as popular as it was
No.
in syndication.
Right. But how can you hate it? You got Shatner and you got Leonard Nimoy and
I think it was the first.
and what's his name? George Takei. Oh my.
Bye.
Oh my. But then
And then Scotty.
so I can remember when they said what was it, in the 80s, right? The early 80s?
Yeah.
They're gonna make a new Star Trek. And I was like, what?
A lot of people.
You're
were.
kidding. You're not gonna what? And then they came out with Next Generation and
Jean-Luc.
yeah, you had Picard and what's his name? Patrick Stewart.
Patrick Stewart.
Now I remember him from the first time I seen him was in the original Dune movie, and I thought he was awesome.
Oh, that's
Who's
right.
this guy? He's really good. And then they picked him as the captain, and I'm like, wow.
Stewart.
And I think the nice thing about it was Ray Bradbury was still alive, and then his wife was a character on the show.
That's right.
And I think after he passed, she helped write
Right.
some of them. And for you Trekkies out there, I could be wrong on that. But
I think isn't that the same thing with the James Bond? The guy that wrote the James Bond books, his family got together to write the last one.
Ian Fleming?
Yeah.
Yeah, it could
I
be.
think I
I don't
heard that
know.
as well.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. See?
what's amazing? So I couldn't just pick the original series. I had to go with, but the other ones after that, like Deep Space Nine and that, I wasn't really into. Nah. Next Generation, good.
There you go. I like it.
Okay, you're up.
The Wide World of Sports.
Oh, well, okay. I guess that's a
Does that
TV
count?
show, right? Yeah, it counts.
Yeah.
TV show was
Why
on every
wouldn't it count?
Saturday. Jim McKay.
The agony
With your
defeat,
host, Jim McKay. The guy,
the thrill of
skinny
victory.
jumping guy, wiping out.
Every time that in that beginning, you'd see that and you'd be, oh, God, oh, there's a broken femur. Oh,
Oh, right.
that poor man.
But
And they played that longer
there was
than
no ESPN.
he was all healed by the time, and they
Yeah.
just kept playing that.
There was no ESPN. There was no Fox Sports. There was none of that. It was once a week that you got your fix of something besides baseball and football.
Right.
And the Wide World of Sports was the first ones to show auto racing
Yeah,
on television.
they showed
The
everything.
Indy 500 and NASCAR and all of that.
You know, hockey, racing. They showed boxing. They showed.
Oh yeah.
Well, you know, I mean, back in the 70s, you know, it was ABC and Wide World of Sports were all part of the whole Ali thing.
Absolutely.
You know,
Absolutely. Rune
Howard
Arledge.
Cosell.
Oh, absolutely.
Right. And Jimmy the Greek.
Jimmy the Greek worked for CBS.
Oh, he did. Okay.
He was on the CBS football thing with Brent Musburger. And who was the girl that was on there? The Brent Musburger.
Hottie McHottie.
No, she
Remember
was
her?
like a former Miss America. Oh, I can't see her face.
Kathy Joe
But anyway,
Ripley.
Brent Musburger, Herb Cross, and Jimmy the Greek.
Yeah, Jimmy the Greek, he got in trouble for some racist stuff, and that was the end of him.
Somebody recorded. He was eating dinner.
Yeah.
It's kind of sad. He was
I mean,
ambushed.
come
He was
on.
eating dinner.
Right.
And somebody asked him a loaded question about black athletes, and he gave an unfortunate answer.
Well, Howard Cosell didn't get in trouble for saying, look at that monkey run.
Right.
And he
Football
should have.
player, you know?
So they said that, like, when he was doing Monday Night Football, he was drinking martinis.
Yeah. Well, and they said that he referred to all kids, young people, as, you know, little monkeys.
Yeah.
We know what he meant.
That,
He was, 3 martinis deep.
Right? On the air.
Yeah.
you never know what you're going to say when you
Hey,
have 3
Look,
martinis.
Derek Sanderson was the color guy for the Bruins, and what did he say? Look at him, he's in the corner looking for the puck like a leper looking for a limb. And
couldn't get a handle to it.
and we all looked at each other and went, did he just say what we thought he said?
Like a leper.
Like a leper looking for a limb. Yeah.
All right, hey, here's some nonsense. Here's a nonsensical tangent. Howard Cosell had a verifiable photographic memory. He was a lawyer. He was used as a witness at the Nuremberg trials because he had seen documents that were destroyed.
Really?
Isn't that cool?
There you go. That's way cool. You know, you learn something about people like that. It's like some actors, they were like hero soldiers in World War II and stuff. You know, and the biggest one is Audie Murphy,
And
but
baseball players. Ted Williams,
Ted Williams,
Joe DiMaggio.
Jimmy Stewart was a pilot.
The guy from Green Acres was a hero. He was a
Yeah.
pilot that saved like 6 guys from dying.
Charles Durning, another
Charles
one.
Durning was a veteran, yeah.
Yeah, a lot of them anyway. So,
Lots of them.
all right, my next one on the list is Hogan's Heroes.
That's a wicked good one.
Another one that
I watched
didn't
that.
last for many seasons, but
I would have put that on my list.
I've seen every repeat of them.
Now think of that too. It's a sitcom about a German prisoner of war
Right.
camp. No way
That
they
wouldn't
would
go
let
over
you
today.
let that go over today.
But it was satire, which again, we're talking the 60s and the early 70s, where comedy was comedy and things were funny. We could laugh at things like
Yep.
that. And they made fun of the Nazis, that they weren't glorifying
Right.
any of that.
Werner Klemperer
Yeah.
They made him look stupid and
Yeah,
foolish.
Werner Klemperer and
Schultz. I know nothing.
who's the
I see nothing.
right? Who was Richard Dawson? He went on to
Yeah.
do the game show.
Yeah.
Give us a kiss there. There's another one that was
Let's
probably
play the feud.
2 or 3 martinis or scotches
sure.
into the game.
Sure.
Richard Dawson. But yeah, Hogan's Heroes. How could you hate it? All right, what do you got?
I have got that's the problem. I have Happy Days.
Happy Days is one of my honorable mentions.
The reason why I put Happy Days on, because it was like a seminal show. It was like set the standard for sitcoms of the time.
Right.
They spawned Laverne and Shirley,
Yeah.
Mork and Mindy
Yeah.
off of that one show.
Yeah.
You know,
Joni Loves Chachi.
yeah, off of that one show.
Who can forget Joni Loves? Well, I've never seen.
I
one
think
of
I'd
those.
like to forget it.
Yeah.
And Charles in Charge.
Well, that wasn't a spawn from that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Happy Days. And the pilot had a brother, and then all of a sudden
You
there
never
was
seen
no
him
brother.
again.
Chuck.
He went up the stairs and you never see him
Yeah.
again.
Chuck went to college and fell off the planet. You never
Yeah.
seen him again. Yep, Happy Days. I just saw a thing. I think Marion Roth. She's like,
She's still alive.
yeah, she's still going in her 90s.
They
God
had
bless her.
2 L's. They had
Two
Mr.
L.
Miyagi.
Yep, and then
The first one
and
was
then the lasagna guy. There.
Al Molinari. Or,
Yeah, he was the first one. The lasagna guy.
yeah.
What is it? The family portions there. I'll be over for dinner at 8. He did all those commercials. That was Al. Yeah, Happy Days. Yeah, good show.
What
All
do you
right. My next one is The Sopranos.
that's
I don't know if you've ever seen The Sopranos.
sure.
That was an HBO thing, and that changed television
Yeah, sure.
hugely. Is that a word?
How many kind of copycat shows and stuff have come out
Right.
after that?
Well, and it was somewhat of a copycat of some of those gangster movies in a way.
But it was a series.
But it was a series about. I mean, if everybody knows The Sopranos, but
the New Jersey Mafia.
they made an actor star out of a rock and roll star.
Yeah.
You know.
So there's a great story behind that. So Steven Van Zandt inducted the Little Rascals into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And if you watch
The Little Rascals?
Yeah.
In the Hall of Fame?
Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, yeah. And if you watch that induction ceremony, he's that character. He's that guy from Jersey. He just sounds like. So after that ceremony, the guy who was producing The Sopranos called him up and said, I want you to have a part in my show. He's like, I'm not an actor. He goes, what you did for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, just do that.
Just do that. Yeah, what was he? What was his name on the show? I forgot.
Silvio.
Silvio. Yeah.
Phil.
And Big Pussy and
Yeah.
Polly Walnuts and Christopher.
Yeah. I mean, it was just a lightning. They caught lightning in a bottle. It was a
Hey,
great
when you
show.
got the gabagoo, get that
Yeah.
gabagoo over here.
They caught lightning with a bottle in a bottle with a
Sopranos.
wonderful cast and
Great show.
great stories.
You know, the ending, like a lot of shows, when they go to end them, that's why I like sitcoms the best, because they just end.
yeah.
These shows, the endings kind of suck. Most of them do. They leave you
Yeah.
hanging, or they give you the what the F moment, or
I remember I
you
watched
pick
it
it right from the beginning. Like with Lost, we all picked it, and they're like, no, that's not what it's about. No, we all picked it right from the first
with
one.
The Sopranos. It's like, oh, did they run out of money?
Yeah,
I guess they just ran out of coin. Well, end it here.
yeah. All right, you guys are gonna be eating in a diner, and we'll just black out everything, and they'll leave you hanging, wondering whether they shot them all or they get to go to back to get some more
That
gabagool.
gives them the opportunity to do it again.
Well, they ain't gonna do it again because Gandolfini,
He's dead.
he
To
passed.
start with him dying.
He's dead. All righty.
What do you got?
Moving on to Monty Python's Flying Circus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a TV show.
And now for something completely different.
Completely different.
Yeah.
Exposing young American boys to British comedy
Yeah.
in such a great way. Like, I mean, being in middle school and walking around doing the parrot sketch. Oh,
Well, all of that. What was the Olympics there? The Goof Olympics or whatever.
yeah, the poof Olympics.
Goof Olympics.
La-di-da, poof da,
Yeah.
with the
Yeah.
feather boas and stuff. And then the movies,
Oh yeah.
you know,
Well,
the
of course,
the movies
Holy
are just
Grail.
great. The
is
Holy
the Holy
Grail.
Grail of their movies. But then Life of Brian was good too.
Yeah.
What was the other one too?
The history of the world.
History of the World.
No, wait, that was Mel Brooks.
That was Mel Brooks.
What was they did one, the
That
Monty
was,
Python
yeah.
one that was really good.
well, and then the guy did Brazil.
Yeah, oh yeah, that was
Which that's kind of a dystopian kind of movie. It
was
wasn't
the
really a
first one that
funny
passed
movie,
away.
but
and then the one that Terry did with all the midgets there, with all the little people.
yeah, that was the one I was thinking of. That's
Terry Gilliam directed that.
yeah, Time Bandits.
Time Bandits,
Yeah.
yeah. That was really good,
Yeah.
actually.
Did he do Munchausen too?
Yeah, Munchausen by proxy. Or
No, that's something else.
That's a disease.
But it was the
Oh yeah,
Tales
some
of Baron von
That's what it
Munchausen or
was,
something
yeah.
like that. Yeah, good stuff. Monty Python. We mentioned my number 6 briefly, Seinfeld. We talked
Yep.
about Kramer. And Seinfeld, one of my favorite TV shows ever that was the inspiration for Practical Nonsense, because it's a show about nothing.
Right. We don't want Larry David calling us up, giving us any grief. So.
No.
He said inspiration, mild chase, just a little inspiration.
Yeah. I mean, they had a script. You and I fly by the seat of our pants. We're
Right.
unscripted here.
Right. They used to let, they wouldn't know which way Kramer was going to enter. Like he'd always, the door would fly open and he would be there, but he would always do it different. So that if you watch the show, you can see sometimes they laugh when he comes in, even they laugh because he did it different,
Well, and the cool thing about and not unlike some other comedy or sitcoms, all of those characters were all based on real people.
Yeah.
That were in Larry David's life somehow in his
Right,
life.
one way or another, right?
Yeah.
Soup Nazi, all of that
Yeah,
stuff.
all of it. Well, and you can go to some of them places in New York. The soup place is still there.
Right.
All of that. It's just a great movie. A great TV show.
Absolutely. Legendary, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I got nothing else to say about Seinfeld.
There you
great.
go. All right. We'll change the subject with the next one. Second City Television, SCTV, which was the Canadian answer to Saturday Night Live. But in some ways, it was even better. But, I mean, on the whole, they're very comparable.
Well, and it wasn't live. It was filmed.
Right.
So
And they're comparable in some ways, but
sketch comedy.
launched the careers of not just John Candy, Eugene Levy,
Rick
Joe
Moranis,
Flaherty, Rick Moranis, Dave
um,
Thomas,
Who's the girl?
Catherine O'Hara. Who's the
Andrea Martin.
Andrea Martin?
Like they all went on to movie careers.
Yeah.
And the skits. I mean, John Candy was just a funny human being.
My favorite of all of them.
You know-
Probably everybody's favorite.
Do you know there are people that say funny things, and then there are people that are just funny people.
Right.
And that guy was so funny.
Yeah.
He just everything he did was
Johnny
hilarious.
Toronto.
The Johnny LaRue stuff.
Right.
Oh my goodness.
Well, Johnny LaRue, wasn't he didn't he
The thing-
own SCTV or something? He was like the owner of the,
Where he
of the
goes-
channel.
Where he goes, I'm a good actor because I can pretend really hard. I'm like, dude, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
Because I can pretend really hard. It's like, who thinks of that stuff?
And that show, we discovered that show, I think, together.
Yeah, about
And
the same time.
we'd be partying and late night, then on would come SCTV.
Because we always would do that Johnny LaRue laughter.
John Candy. But all of them, what was,
Doug and Bob McKenzie, the
yeah,
Great
but
White
Joe Flaherty did,
a real scary one.
the
Count
horror
Floyd.
monster theater or whatever. Count
Chiller,
Floyd.
Chiller horror monster
Chiller horror monster theater.
with Count Floyd.
So good.
It's a real scary one.
Yeah, that was like Preacher Double Feature kind of
Dr.
thing.
Tung's House of 3D.
Right?
And they're like going in the camera like this to do the 3D effect.
Well, remember, what was it? Somebody in Edna's
Fred and Edna's Organ Emporium.
Oregon Emporium.
We got Rosie Greer's organ in the
Yeah,
back.
right. Going on the back. Yeah, Rosie Gray, for you folks that don't know, used to be a famous football player back in the 70s.
Roosevelt Greer.
All right.
Come on down.
I picked The Simpsons.
There you go.
It's one of the longest running cartoons ever in the history of
Yeah.
cartoons.
I think that I'm Family Guy camp. And I think sometimes there's a division between Simpsons people and Family Guy people.
Now, my mention, another one would be South Park, but I had to pick The Simpsons because that was the first one that I had ever seen. Colleen and I used to watch before we were married. Tracy Ullman had her own
Right.
show, and that's where The Simpsons were just these little shorts on her show. Larry Groening, Larry,
Yeah.
is that his name?
Matt.
Matt Groening. I don't know where I got Larry from, but Matt Groening, he was just starting out, and they were barely drawn. They were like really roughly done, and it was Homer choking Bart or something, or just little bits, and that's the first time that we saw The Simpsons. And the next thing we know, they get their own show.
Yeah. That's how Hank Hill got his show. Hank Hill was on Beavis and Butthead.
Okay, right, yeah.
Yeah, that's
He
right.
was the neighbor.
Yeah. And then they made him his own show.
Yeah.
Hank Hill.
Yeah, so The Simpsons, you got to go with The Simpsons.
Like I said, so I started watching The Simpsons and then I stopped. And now I watch Family Guy, and I've seen all of them. And the same thing with South Park. I started watching it the first few seasons and then I stopped. I'm not sure the reasons, but I don't know. But yeah, Simpsons deserves mention because it's the longest running show.
Longest running cartoon, I think, of in all history.
All right, well, the
Oh!
last one I got left because of things are the same as Cheers.
Oh, Cheers, yeah. Right from New England here in Boston.
And it's
It wasn't
another
filmed
show-
in Boston, but it was based on a,
It's
bar.
another show that changed
Full and
cast
pinch
members
yep.
and maybe even had gotten better. Certainly when they got Woody
Well, Coach died first,
after the second season.
and they
Coach
got
died.
Woody.
And Woody Harrelson was so good.
Yeah, he
Playing
really
that
was.
simple-minded.
He was a brand new actor, too. He was
And-
barely
and then
beyond the years.
When they brought in Rebecca,
Kirstie Alley.
when they brought in Kirstie Alley, she was a good actress.
Yeah.
And she was good at it. I mean, you can argue some people really liked Shelley Long. She was very vanilla.
I like Shelley
Shelley
Long. I like Shirley Brown.
I liked them both, but I think that when they had Rebecca and Woody, some of the best episodes
Yeah.
were there.
Well, and then talking about spawning, Kelsey Graham.
Yeah, Kelsey Grammer.
What's his name? Grammer. Kelsey
Kelsey
Grammer.
Grammer, yeah.
That spawned
The
his show,
Frasier.
Frasier show, with David Ogden Pierce and Lilith there. What's her name?
David Ogden Pierce. David Hyde Pierce.
David Hyde Pierce.
You got him confused with David
I
Ogden
don't know.
Stiers.
Yeah, whatever. These guys
He was Winchester.
with the three names.
He was Major Winchester.
Right.
But he got
But
he went to
who I
Harvard.
mean.
There's an
They're both,
episode where he
they're
got
both
like
snooty noses.
pheasant shipped to him in a can, and he got sick from eating pheasant shipped to him.
Yeah, one was the brother. One was a major. All right, I got a couple more since I kind of matched some that you had. The Twilight Zone,
with Rod Serling.
right? Yeah. One of the better shows that from the '60s, and
My father liked
a lot. You were talking about a show that had other actors on it.
Right.
Shatner was on it.
He was the man on the wing.
Burgess Meredith, just to name a couple, but a lot of famous actors played parts in that show. Breaking Bad's another one. Walter White. I haven't seen many of those, but the ones I've seen is just awesome. And I just haven't really sat down to kind of binge watch those. But another good show.
Right.
Another good actor.
Absolutely.
What's his name?
Heidenberg?
Yeah,
Heisenberg?
Heidenberg. No, it's Walter White is his character, but he was on what's that show
In the
there?
middle? No.
No,
Malcolm in the Middle.
Life is Unfair.
Malcolm
Malcolm in the Middle.
Yeah.
That's right.
Another good show. And then the last one I have is Rick and Morty,
Oh, there
another
you go.
cartoon.
No
Yeah,
one said
I mean, that's a cool,
And Friends is on my honorable mention because Friends is a good one, but I liked it and I didn't. You know, it just
yeah, I
I
wasn't,
had so many more that I liked
wasn't-
better than
right.
Friends.
I Dream of Jeannie.
yeah, I liked that.
Yeah, there was
And I
all of
watched
those.
stuff, I watched Cold Check, and I watched
the Night Stalker,
The Night Stalker, and I watched, what was the soap opera there? Dark Shadows.
Dark Shadows.
With Barnabas Collins and all that. So I used to watch weird stuff, and so I'm not the best one to rate TV shows. 'Cause
Well, and that, like we started out, like I remember the Rat Patrol and Green Hornet.
right, we saw
and
like
those shows.
the progression of TV,
Yeah.
through the Partridge Family and the Brady Bunch and all of that.
So there was Green Acres, and then there was a spin-off called Petticoat Junction.
Oh, Petticoat Junction had some really pretty girls in it.
Oh, what was the one
Had
that
some really
they
pretty girls.
discovered oil?
Yeah, they were in the water tower and throwing their dresses out, and I'm like,
Petticoat Junction.
are they in there naked?
The Rifleman, Bonanza.
All
Buddy
right.
Bob's getting handsy again. He's moving things around.
What was the other one? There was another one, Western, that was really good.
Oh, Wild Wild West.
Oh, yeah.
There you go. The Big Valley. Lee
Oh.
Majors and Barbara Stanwyck and Richard Taylor. Was that his name? Richard
Lee Majors, right?
I said Lee Majors. Yeah,
Who played the older son?
that's Robert something or Richard or
Because when they did the TV series Trapper John MD, he was Trapper John MD, even though he wasn't.
oh
a
no,
man.
that was the other brother. The older brother was the one that was on The Ghost and Mrs. Muir.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
There was a detective.
was it Ghost and Mrs. Muir? One of them shows.
No, that's the guy from Nanny and the Professor. No, wait a minute.
I don't know all these shows. I mean,
Mrs. Muir was a good show.
It was such
it was a good
show.
movie. The movie was actually better.
Now, you're talking about the Wild Wild West. Do you ever see the movie The Wild Bunch?
Yeah, oh,
Ernest
yeah.
Borgnine
Yeah.
in it.
He plays a bad guy.
Oh, yeah, they're on here. William Holden.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, that's a good movie. Yeah, William Holden. Check that out.
yeah. Bill Holden. Well, and then
If you haven't seen
then
The
there was
Wild-
Mannix and the
Yeah, Mannix was good.
right and the what was the one that James Garner there?
Rockford Files.
Yeah.
Oh,
Do you
yeah.
know that move in a car where you reverse hard and then spin around? That's called a Rockford.
Yeah.
That's what they call that.
Because of the show. He
Yeah.
drove the Firebird
Yeah,
or Camaro, one of
I
those.
think it was a
I
Firebird.
think so. I think
maybe.
you're right.
Barney Miller.
Barney Miller, yeah, that was a good show.
Dave Allen had brought that one
Yeah,
up.
Barney
Yeah.
Miller, Dave, that's a good one. That spun Fish.
That's right, Abe Vigoda show.
Yeah,
Fish,
Dave Vigoda.
which didn't last long.
Him and his wife adopted a bunch of kids, and that was the show. It didn't last long, but he was Tessio anyway,
Yes, in The
and,
Godfather.
they killed him in that movie.
No, he said, Mike, you think you can get me a break? No, Tom.
He said, "Tom,
He asked
Tom,
Robert Duvall.
for old time's sake, not this time, Sally.
Yeah.
Not this time.
That's just not the way it worked, unfortunately.
No.
Poor Abe Vigoda.
Yeah, they killed him in the movie, and then they killed his show.
Yeah.
I don't even know if it went to reruns or not. But there was some other ones there. Don Rickles had his own show.
CPO Sharky.
CPO Sharky, yeah.
Man, look at us.
Hut L Baltimore was the Hotel Baltimore. That was an old comedy. Bunch of shows.
Gomer Pyle, USC.
Yep. That was a spinoff from Mayberry RFD.
F Troop.
F
With
Troop.
Larry Storch.
Yep.
Forrest Tucker.
Forrest Tucker and Ken Berry.
Yeah, Ken Berry.
Ken Berry.
Yeah, geez, I have to go look that up. That was a good show.
Yeah, that had the Hakawis in it.
Yeah.
Not the Fuckawis.
No, the Huckhouse.
The Hakawis. Yeah.
All right.
All right.
All right, I guess it's time for this or that.
That's for a PT.
Yeah, we're running on empty. So this
All
or
right.
that, this is the portion of the show where we do this or that. You guys are familiar with this. And it was
Ladies
Buddy
and-
Bob's week for
Ladies and
this or
gentlemen.
that.
Here we go with this week's This or That. Brought to you,
Brought to you by
Uncle Petrie's Tuna in a Tube. Get yourself a toothpaste tube of tuna fish.
That's right.
The Uncle Petrie brand.
Uncle
All right.
Petrie's pureed tuna in a tube.
This or that. Thomas Edison or Nikola Tesla?
Oh, Tesla all the way. Edison, he gets credited with everything. The guy was a charlatan.
Yeah.
Charlatan.
Charlotte.
Tesla was the man.
TV Batman or movie Batman?
No. Adam West was the first Batman I ever seen. But Christian Bale as Batman is my favorite movie Batman.
Oh, I see.
That's a hard one. So the TV Batman was like the comic.
Campy.
Yeah, it was campy, but that had a lot of Burgess Meredith
yeah.
was on there, and
Lee Merriweather and
all kind of
all
who's Jose Ferrer, right?
yeah, Frank Gorshin.
Yeah. Who is the hot cat woman?
So let me see. There was Lee
Uh-huh.
Merriweather. There was the black one,
That was Eartha Kitt.
Eartha Kitt. Lee
The
Merriweather.
other one I can't think of, and to me, I remember falling in love with her, the actress there.
Yeah, no, I know who you're thinking of.
Anyway, so I'm gonna go with if it's Christian Bale, I'm gonna go with movie Batman.
There's only one Batman. His name's Adam West.
Okay.
Would you rather have X-ray vision or be invisible?
Be invisible. Be invisible.
Be invisible don't mean you can walk through walls.
No, but you can wait for them to open the door and then sneak in. They won't even see you.
X-ray vision you can see.
Yeah, but you can't walk through walls. You can only see through them.
Yeah, but you know which rooms to go into.
Solid point, Henry.
All right, let's see. The link to our last conversation. Barbara Stanwyck or June Lockhart?
Golly.
Uh,
June Lockhart, she was more of the wholesome actress, and then Barbara Stanwyck, especially in some of her old movies, there was one with her with Fred McMurray, and she wasn't a very good person in that movie. She was, and even as on the Big Valley, she was like a tough and rumble. I'm gonna go with June Lockhart.
all right,
Yeah,
here you go. Would you rather go to a Monday night football game or a music festival?
a music festival. There's more bands. It's a festival, right, with a bunch
Yeah.
of bands like Ozfest or
Yeah.
yeah. I'll go to the music.
We've been to both.
I've been to both.
We've been to both Monday night football.
I mean,
games.
Monday Night Football
I'd rather
is
go to
fun too,
Ozfest.
but I'd rather go to the festival.
Okay, would you rather have your high beam, low beam switch on the steering column or on the floor where it belongs?
Well, if it was on the floor, that means I'm driving a nice old nostalgic classic car, so I'm going on the floor.
And it also means when you turn off your high beams, you're not signaling a left turn, washing your window,
Right.
turning on the rear window
Exactly.
defroster. Bench seat or buckets?
Oh, buckets all day long.
I don't know though. Your girl kept on
Well,
sit right
you
next to you if
know.
you get the bench seat.
Yeah. But in a pickup truck, the bench seat was always the seat to have
That's right.
in your pickup truck.
Pancakes or waffles?
Pancakes, by far.
I say two.
Pancakes.
The only thing you're missing, you don't get in a pancake, is the crunch.
I like waffles.
Yeah, but if you cook them long enough, you'll get crunch. So there.
Eggs Benedict or biscuits and gravy?
Colleen knows where I'm going.
Eggs Benedict.
Eggs Benedict.
It's a hard choice for me. I love my biscuits
I'm
and
not-
gravy.
I mean, I like biscuits and gravy, but it's probably in my top 10, not even my top 5.
All right, we got one last one. Would you rather pick a fight with Mike Tyson or eat Indian street food?
I would still go with the Indian street food, even if it's.
Have you seen the videos of how they make Indian street
We've
food?
seen it.
There's no health department.
I don't
in
want to
India.
see the guy doing it with his feet and stuff, but
And there's like
Mike Tyson,
bugs crawling in it.
you know, there's a higher percentage that I would die from a Tyson picking a fight with him.
It's a good chance, but you might not suffer.
You're going to suffer for days after the Indian
If you
street
eat
food.
the Indian food, you will suffer. You just, and you may
I
or may
wish you
not
were
die.
dead.
Well, that's what I mean, but there's a higher percentage with the Mike Tyson, I
You
think,
probably wish you.
With Tyson, you'll find out when you wake up
right?
if you're okay or not.
I'd like to hang out with Mike Tyson. I think
Oh, I'd
he'd be
love
cool
to hang out with Mike
chill
Tyson. I
with,
just
you know?
wouldn't want to irritate him.
No. You don't steal his tiger, for sure.
No, I don't think you do anything that would make him upset.
He likes pigeons. He's into pigeons.
If he could have, you know, it's hard when you reach a certain level of fame. But if he could have maintained his level of decorum, the dude would clearly be remembered as the greatest that ever lived in any.
Oh, are you kidding me? There's really no.
But there is a gentleman out there right now. I urge you to get on YouTube and search Alexander Usyk. It's Alexander with an O. He's Ukrainian.
Fighter.
Holds the championship belts in 4 different weight classes
Like
right now.
fighter Hayabusa. Come on.
He beat Tyson Fury twice.
Come on.
Convincingly,
Yeah.
and quite easily beat Tyson Fury twice. And he's great because he goes to the press conference and the other guy goes, I'm gonna eat your lunch. You're gonna look different when I'm done with you, and this and that. He doesn't say a word. He barely smiles.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, okay, we'll see when we
Yeah,
get in the ring. That's fine. We'll see when we get in the
It's
ring.
usually them showboating guys.
And then those guys, he's the quiet man. When they get in the ring, you can tell they're scared.
Yeah.
They're always afraid of the quiet guy.
Yeah.
He takes care of business.
You should be scared of the quiet ones. They're the dangerous ones.
Still waters run deep.
All right, we're gonna get out of here. This is
Yes, sir.
it for week 13 of Practical Nonsense. We'll see you guys next week. See you next week, Buddy Bob.
Next week, same bat time.
Same bad channel.